Hey guys, Travis here on the first day of week 6 of the LCS Summer Split, joined by Psycho Sid, aka Benny from Vulcan, with a U, two U's actually. Psycho Sid, how you doing? That was a pretty good game, right?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for having in this interview. I like that.
Yeah, peace.
Yeah.
Shout outs to sponsors.
So yesterday, or not yesterday, actually moments before this, you're messing with my mind the way you've like transported me around this interview already. Um, I was going to interview Mandatory Cloud, and so you were my second choice, and you were angry about that. Do we need to work through that?
No, I'm fine. After the part where you mentioned that he was being a bitch, I'm totally fine with the interview now.
Yeah, he apparently ate too many cookies and feels bad. That's actually what he said.
Yeah.
But I did want to ask him some questions. I'll just ask you them instead. Hopefully, you can handle them. Double AD carry. What happened there? I know that's a thing that has occurred elsewhere, but maybe this is one of the first times we've seen it in North America. So what made you guys decide to go with that?
Well, the idea came from watching OGN, which is I forgot which team did it. I think like Frost did it with Ambition. Oh no, wait, that's Blaze, huh? Well, anyways, Ambition did it. And
One of those Korean teams.
yeah, I think Ambition's done it. Mid King or Many Reason, one of them has also done it. And like from that, we just came up with the idea of doing it ourselves, especially since Ezra was one of Zach's like main AD carries. He probably is most played champion. So like, there's definitely no worry in him learning the champion at all. So it just felt comfortable.
Yeah. Well, it seemed to work for you guys. Is this something that you think is like a very viable strategy, or did you try to pull it out sort of as like a cheesy thing? Like, where does it sit for you guys right now?
I definitely think that it's a viable strategy. Like Ezreal has enough poke, he has lane dominance, he has good roam too. Like, and the fact is you can build him as Blue Ezreal, and Blue Ezreal is like really good sieging. Like if you have him with, we had Kog'Maw that game.
Yeah.
Like him and Blue Ezreal have really good sieging together, where Kog'Maw could just ooze, or once Ezreal gets his Frozen Fist or Iceborne Gauntlet, then it's also a lot of poke. And then we just pick Zac top tiers, round it off so that we're not lacking any engage.
Yeah. So you can actually talk to me about Zac Top, which is kind of interesting. How did that come about?
I just like playing Zac as like in general. Like his joke is funny, where he just blows up into that big bouncing bubble, or his laughing.
So you picked him top because you like his joke.
Yeah, I actually don't know what his joke says unless it's just like the blowing up part. But Zac is just a really fun champion, safe lane. You could farm well. You could have like decent wave control. As you saw, I just like constantly pushed or just kept pressure. And then his elastic slingshot, his E ability is like super far range. So like you can just keep catching people off guard if you want to.
So do you think that he offers anything over other top laners besides the elastic slingshot, or is that pretty much like what makes him kind of nice over the other top laners?
Well, aside from his ability to engage, he's really, really tanky. And then his passive allows him to just like revive. And then like just having that passive up also makes your level 1 a little stronger, because if he leads the charge into the enemy jungle, like he's gonna be the one that soaks up most of their abilities. And then if they kill him once, like he'll just revive. And if the enemy focuses the blobs, your team could just like demolish the enemy.
So I know top lane there's a lot of like random counters and picks and all that kind of thing. Do you think that he's pretty viable against most of the matchups, or is he sort of more situational?
I think it's it's a little bit of both. Like for example, if I'm against Rumble, like what Kiwi Kid played, Zach actually isn't that good versus Rumble, but I did get help from my team. Like Smithy came and ganked him a couple times, and so did Zach or ManCloud.
Yeah.
And that just kept me rolling. But there are some matches where you just straight trade farm, and then once you get farmed, you get really tanky, and you'll be that tanky nuisance just jumping in there and just ulting, bouncing people around.
You guys seem to always do well against Dignitas. Why do you think that is? Is it just sort of the way your guys' playstyles clash, or what causes you guys to do so well against them historically?
I think it's a lot of it has to do with just our coach just researching really well, and then we just plan some really good strats accordingly. Just like team comps that we think will work against their picks, because we I don't know, we feel like they're kind of predictable in terms of like what they will pick.
Yeah.
Like none of the picks surprise us except for the Rumble, because we haven't seen Kiwi play Rumble in a long time.
Yeah. So you and Cloud9 just seem to be, I mean, it's week 6. We're now more than halfway through the split, and you guys are just sort of hanging out up top. Is this sort of what you had expected? I mean, you guys finished very strong last season, but did you expect to maintain your lead for so long?
Yeah, we definitely we aimed to be top 2 just for just to go to Worlds, but also we did plan and do believe that we are one of the top teams in North America. We like if we just like work on a little more like thinking or planning, just like our smarts, because I think our mechanical skills are pretty good. Like we should be able to take Cloud9 in top two, or just like take the first place. Like we threw a game against them which we shouldn't have lost. I think their first game was also like it was a minor throw from us, even though they do play really consistently solid. But I think we should be 3-0 against them this season instead of 1-2.
Very good. Sort of wrapping up the interview, is there anything that you would like to say at the end? Shout-outs, plugs, whatever?
Yeah, even though we did some shouts in the beginning, right? I guess shout-outs to Razor, NOS, iBuyPower, Tech Bargains, PWRclothing.com. Am I missing one?
I don't know, you can look at your shirt. I mean, there's so much wonderful support, right?
I got them, right? I got Razor, I got iBuyPower, I got Tech Bargains, I got NOS and PW. I got them all, right?
Yeah. Unless there's one that's not on your shirt. Sometimes people have those. They're like the new ones or something.
The Victoria's Secret sponsorship. Yeah, I'm just wearing it under the jersey. So yeah,
exactly.
And then shout.
Does it make you feel more confident?
Oh yeah, it's comfort. You know, makes me feel a little
sexy. Makes you play more aggressively in the game.
More seductively. Okay. Like I bait people coming up top, and then I play hard again, and it's back out.
Yeah. Really shows off Zach's assets, I'm sure. All right. Anything else you want to add?
Oh yeah. To my friends, shout outs. I guess everyone. Like, well, my family. There's like my brother, there's Darren and Ken, and then my parents, and then also for my friends, just a lot of the people from the Nerd Stompers. Like that's what we have a Rank 5 team where it's like Ender, Sal, Garrett, Brad, Alex. There's just too many to remember. So I'm sorry if I forget one. And shout outs to Travis. Yeah, for the interview.
Thank you. Just for that shout out, I will also say, are there any girls you would like to shout out? So none. Okay, so
no, I'm a lonely gamer and exactly. With Victoria's Secret under this jersey, and I need some help.
So if you would like to, spend some time with Psycho Sid, a wonderful man from Team Vulcan, great top laner. Enjoys a Victoria's Secret sponsorship. There's some benefits there. You can hit him up on Twitter. What's your Twitter?
It's at Vulcan_Sid, and that's VULCUN_Sid.
Yeah, there you go. So just hit him up on Twitter and, maybe start chatting. You can check out the rest of our LCS coverage at GameSpot.com/LCS.